So today is currently the 1st of August on a Saturday, and it's 2 minutes to 7. Since it's a new month, we're gonna start afresh with the analysis for this current month, and we're gonna use last month's closed candle. So this one. So Monday when the markets open, it's gonna be a new candlestick for me. So looking at this before we go to the lower time frames, can you see that last month's candlestick closed below the previous month's candlestick? This candlestick, it was bullish, this one is bearish, and so that shows an indication of a reversal. CRT, we're supposed to see the CRT. So I'll make a video on CRT, explain what CRT is, but for now I'm just gonna analyze based on what I see on these high time frames. We can see that this internal liquidity has been swept. Market moves from liquidity to liquidity. So next liquidity would be down here. So the weekly candlestick is the same size as the monthly candlestick that's closed. So on the daily, let's take it from here down here. Entry time frame, we can see this 4-hour order block is a point of interest. What validates the point of entry is liquidity. Here's the liquidity here. Going back to the daily, you can see that internal liquidity swept here. After sweeping, it gives us our market structure shift here. So this is what I see on DXY. So it has to do something like this. Yeah, they're moving down to currency pairs. Same thing, go to the monthly. Monthly high, monthly low. I want to check something. Let me check something. Okay. Let's look at the weekly. Same thing happened here where this weekly candlestick closed below this bearish one. So it's something like this. This would be a liquidity sweep. Yeah, put it like that. Liquidity sweep here, except other liquidity. Let's go to a daily. Since 26 July, it's been the whole day just consolidating. On the file, we have this 4-hour fair value gap. So fair value gap, there has to be a liquidity sweep within it. Here it tapped and started pushing down, so it left liquidity. Has to come back up here, sweep this liquidity before pushing down. And on the daily, let's see our let me put it this way. This liquidity right here is the major liquidity that was swept. So there's the liquidity that was swept, now has to come back all the way to this one here. Here's the CAD. Monthly high, monthly low. So since we know about the power of three, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, if you go on a higher time frame, those three, the power of three still applies, just in 3 candles. The first candle will be this one, accumulation, that leaves the liquidity up here. Then manipulation is this one that has to come back here to sweep this liquidity for pushing down. Hope that makes sense. If on the monthly, if the market closes below opening price of, not opening price, when the market closes below, if it's a previous month bullish candlestick in the market, the new candlestick closes below that, it shows that it might be time for it to go the other direction. Go to the daily. On the 4 hour we have this fair value gap, not fair value gap, this order block as a point of interest. 4 hour order block, there is resting liquidity here. So that's a sweep liquidity for pushing down. Euro USD. See now, this bullish candlestick closed right in the middle of the previous bearish candlestick. We have a 4 hour fair value gap with the breaker block inside the optimal trade edge. Here's the fair value gap here, here's the breaker block here, here's liquidity. You go to our daily, we can see that here's the sweep. And here's the market structure shift. So sweep liquidity. Something like that. GBP on the monthly. Same setup. Let me quickly do it. For our upload with and here's our liquidity. Simple. I'm not gonna analyze gold or Bitcoin for now. I think we just focused on the currency pairs for this coming week.